Let's go, let's go, let's go. I'm live on a Friday. Have not been doing live streaming updates in a long time. So I want to give everyone just a few moments to jump into the live stream. Or if you're watching this later on replay, I just wanted to share with you some updates as I look forward to the fall selling season and the end of the year. There's a lot going on. Sometimes the summer months can be a little quiet. And well, behind the scenes, there's a lot of things going on. So take a few minutes to join with me in the conversation. And if you're joining me on the live stream, would you just take a minute to say hello in the comments? Love to recognize those of you who are joining live on a Friday morning. Now, some of my West Coast friends, well, I'd say it would be 6:30 in the morning. Maybe you're just getting out of bed. But my friends over in Europe, man, it's lunchtime. So wherever you are in the world, make sure you say hello. Let's jump in to some of the industry updates. I've been blown away with the amount of collaboration and positive feedback we are getting. Good morning, Glenn, brother Glenn, with the Automotive Standards Council for GA4. Let me say a few things. Anyone who was fear mongering that Google Analytics isn't going to be important or Google Analytics 4 isn't going to be great for car dealers, well, it's just flat out wrong. And anyone who's doing a lot of training on GA4 outside of this new standard is really going to have to rewrite their entire playbook, because we have tremendous support from the automotive industry for GA4. Good morning, Vinny, and the anonymous LinkedIn user, who I don't know who that is. So if you are the anonymous LinkedIn user, make sure you say hello and who you are. So let me set the record straight. We have over 75 companies. Yvonne, representing the Automotive Standards Council in Italy. Thank you for joining. Hey, Michael from North Florida. Thanks for joining. 75 companies have joined. Now, who are they? The website companies, the DR companies, DMS companies, agencies, OEM management firms. Good morning, Josh from Snapcell. Snapcell is on the Automotive Standards Council for GA4. These 75 companies have been working and replying. We're doing on average, three specification updates every week. I've been coordinating all the messaging, and we're really making progress. Just this week, we had a big feedback loop from the team at Dealer On, and really helped clarify some things, simplify some things. But I will tell you that the teams at Dealer Inspire, the teams at Dealer eProcess, Roadster, Dealer On, I mean, there's so many people who've been sending their feedback. The team at MarchX, good morning, Ryan. We're seeing some amazing results. And here's the good news. By the end of this week, we really should be very close to deciding all the event names. By the 15th, all the event parameters, and some of our members are already starting to throw events into GA4 so we can actually start doing report mock-ups and visualization dashboards. And I'm very proud of the cooperation. No one thought we could band together and create a unified specification. So all chat companies, all texting companies, all 360 spin companies, video player companies, digital retailing companies, website companies, merchandising tools like Auto Lead Star or an Edmunds. No one thought we could get all of these companies together to create a scalable, sustainable standard. And I'm going to tell you that the collaboration has been amazing. And our goal is to have a completed specification document to release to the public on November 13th at the Modern Retailing Conference. Hey, Max, welcome to the conversation. I am so excited to say that at the Modern Retailing Conference in Palm Beach, we're going to have 5 workshops to help agencies, dealers, dealer groups master and utilize the specification. We're going to be showcasing some of the reports and dashboards that have been created based on specification. And this is going to be a breakthrough for dealer groups because every website company is going to be sending the same events. Every DR company is going to be sending the same events. That means dealer groups don't have to create these massive lookup tables of, what does dealer.com call a VDP, or what does dealer on call a VDP, or what do they name that conversion event? The conversion events are all going to have the same names. The engagement events are going to have the same names, so that many marketing managers say, Brian, it's not so much about leads, it's about the engagement. And everything a consumer does on the website will be reflected in an event. And here's the key. All the event names will be the same. So whether Roadster throws the event, or Gubagoo throws the event, or Car Now throws the event, it's going to be the same event. It's going to mean the same thing. Never has that been accomplished before in automotive. This specification will be for the automotive industry, the RV industry, the power sports and marine industries. This is big, big, big. And we're also getting the telephony companies involved. I mentioned MarchX. Car Wars is now joining the council. Those of you who know maybe some people at Call Source, Call Review, or Interactive Tel, please encourage them to join the council. Those of you who might know some people at CarChat 24 or Podium, please encourage them to join the council. Why? We want everyone to be supporting this unified specification. And the good news is companies like Shift Digital, Ford Direct, Unite Digital, and JD Powers are all on the council, and they're providing their feedback to make sure that these events and specifications. So I just want to thank the 75 plus companies and the 150, I think it's 160 individuals from those companies that are working. This afternoon, we have 2 more committee meetings for technical and non-technical people, so I'm super excited. So if you are a dealer or a marketing manager or an agency and you've been struggling getting GA4 right, just hold on. This new specification will start to be surfacing in dealer accounts in September. The reports and dashboards will be developed in September and October. And then in November at the Modern Retailing Conference, we're going to release it. And we're going to have the companies who are supporting this at the show. We're going to have a tech meetup for all the technical people. Jay Radke, come on. Thank you for that word of encouragement. So make sure, if you are dealer marketing manager, dealer group marketing manager, if you're an agency that works with auto dealers, or you're doing roll-up tech reports, an independent marketing analyst, you need to understand the specification. So get your tickets to the Modern Retailing Conference. You go to modernretailingconference.com. And the reason why I say this is we will be selling out. We will hit capacity early this year, and I know the hotel block will sell out. So please get your tickets and book your rooms early. That's update number 1. Update number 2, I was just out visiting in Dallas yesterday, and it's amazing. As I've been getting out, traveling, meeting with companies, I was really happy to reconnect with Dan Moore and the team at Vista Dash. Now, Vista Dash is part of the Dealer Built family, and I was super proud of what Dan has accomplished. Of course, many of the industry veterans from Vista Dash are still there. Michael Burkholz, Kat, Isidro Moran. I mean, we have some amazing people at Vista Dash, but they're going to be having a huge announcement this month, and I couldn't be prouder. And the reason why I bring this story up is there are a lot of hardworking people that are trying to change the automotive industry. Vista Dash was something I created and built with my team to help visualize data to make it easier for people to understand if their marketing was working and compare stores. And here's my point. This specification is actually going to accelerate what the team at Vista Dash can do as well, because anyone who tries to do reporting or cross-domain tracking or inter-store tracking with Dealer Group knows how difficult it is because of the different events that are being thrown and people's support or non-support of GA. So I'm super excited about the big announcement. So make sure you're following Vista Dash on LinkedIn and Facebook, or Dan Moore, and wait for the announcement. I couldn't be prouder. I also had a chance to meet with Michael, CEO of the Dealer Build team, and I was super impressed on what they're doing in the DMS world, and it really encouraged me. Here's what encouraged me: that I needed to really understand the differences in the DMS platforms and the innovations that are coming. So we always need to be students of our industry. And one of the commitments I'm making to all of you, because I always found when you make a public commitment, you hold through to those things. I'm going to be a diligent student on DMS. I'm going to really understand what CDK is doing and Reynolds is doing and other platforms like DealerTrack and Dealer Built, so I can help dealers who are trying to create a true modern retailing experience and a scalable, cost-efficient sales process. And in the past, I will tell you that when it came to the DMS, I just kind of raised my hands and say, hey, I can't be too helpful there. And so it just made me realize one thing: if we are truly going to have a revolution in the sales process, the DMS really has to be that single source of truth. And what I think has happened is that due to policies, data sharing, data access, maybe our industry has developed products around the DMS, but not directly integrated in DMS because of costs and fees. And what I realized is that when I look at dealers and how they're trying to use digital retailing, and there's one experience online and a different experience in the store, it all comes down to typically DMS integration issues, or not having a single source of truth. So I'm going to be a better student of the DMS world so I can add value to the auto industry and move and push and encourage the automotive DMS industry to move forward, and still protect dealer choice. That's extremely important to me, that dealers have a choice. And if I have any dealers watching on the live stream or later, can I get an amen that dealers want a choice? I know that GM has decided to eliminate dealer choice for the Car Bravo and the GM electric vehicles, and choose Tekion as a single end-to-end source. And it's great to be chosen when you're the sole product, but it also sucks when you're not. Meaning GM had an experience where CDK was the only website platform for their dealers, and dealers revolted, and dealer choice. And now GM is forgetting that one company rarely can meet the needs of all dealers. And now they're going backwards in the sense of taking away dealer choice for what they believe is an end-to-end platform that can meet all their needs. And listen, I'm not rooting against Tekion. I'm just saying history has shown that there has never been a single platform. There has never been a single platform that has met the needs end to end of the diverse dealer community and dealer groups. OEMs have tried to build the DMSs, and OEMs have tried to build CRMs, and guess what? You could even say that GM had a tremendous control over what the websites look like, and CDK's hands were tied in many of the things that maybe dealers wanted, CDK wanted to do, but GM didn't want to do or pay for. History has shown us that without dealer choice, innovation dies and the retail channel gets frustrated. So I'm going to be learning more about the DMS world so I can be a better advocate in educating dealers on what a modern sales process looks like with choice, and what are the best tools to create that modern sales process. The cool thing is, Glenn's on the live stream at the Modern Retailing Conference in November. Glenn is going to be really working and showcasing what modern sales processes look like, some of the best examples of efficient sales processes that the customers enjoy and the dealers are seeing the benefits from. So we're going to be addressing that issue in November. Also, one of the other thoughts that came to mind is inventory allocation, inventory shortages, and the mindset that dealers have on marketing. Now, it's pretty clear that for many dealers, the new cars that are coming in, when they do come in, are selling pretty quickly. And for the most part, used car prices have not dropped precipitously, and used car prices still remain historically high. One of the things that is very clear to me is that some of the OEMs have a different vision of what the future looks like. I've written about this before, more of an agency model framework, which means that the typical sales process where a consumer would be trading in a car may not be in the dealer's control anymore. Meaning, a national sales platform could take a trade or give a guaranteed trade to the consumer, but it doesn't necessarily mean that the local dealer would get that car. So I've been thinking more and more about this and have started to work with some of my customers on dedicated used car buying portals with dedicated URLs, integrated trade tool, and a specific marketing campaign. Because regardless of inventory supply, dealers need to have a more deliberate acquisition process. Alex Schneider and the team at Frickin Tech Solutions has an amazing platform that helps dealers really acquire used cars in the service drive. And if you haven't seen the Frickin Tech product, you really should check it out. It's working very well for many of the dealers. But aside from using tools and have an intentional process in the service drive, what about an intentional website with an intentional marketing campaign with an easy to remember URL, not a page on your website that's iframed in, that has no ability to really determine which marketing campaigns are working to get more people to put in their trades? What about formless trade tools? What about driving consumers to an experience that's much easier for them to get a trade value? What about real-time retailing and a dedicated trade site? So if you're a dealer or a dealer group who wants to have a more intentional used car acquisition strategy, really step up the volume in your local market and become the well-known market player for consumers to sell or trade in their used cars, reach out to me. I am working to develop a list of dealers who would like to be on this initial launch of dedicated used car acquisition portals, and then building a marketing campaign around that could include all media channels, um, radio, OTT, Facebook, Google, all of the channels, because of the concept they have of being the local top of mind website destination for people to sell their cars. So think about that. I really believe that many dealers, they go through cycles, like, hey, we're really on it, and then they're off. Or, well, we were doing it in the service drive, and then that person left. We haven't really kicked it back up. Meaning they are realizing that they need to be more intentional in acquiring used cars. The prices at the auction are ridiculous because the rental car companies are paying top dollar, because I don't know if you've seen the rental car rates lately, but they're ridiculous in the United States, let alone in Europe. So dealers need to do more things in their local community. And that could also be regional buying centers for larger groups. They could be buying centers in different locations, which actually help with Google business profiles and local organic search. So I want everyone to really think about that. If you've been cutting back on marketing because you've been selling all your new cars, what about being more intentional and allocate more marketing dollars to establishing yourself as the local go-to place for people to get a great deal on a trade. So that's another thought in the idea of everyone's cutting back. How about while everyone's cutting back, you accelerate and fill the gap with an amazing strategy for used car acquisition. A couple other thoughts. NADA. After the Modern Retailing Conference in November, of course, we have NADA in January. I'll be speaking at the conference. I know Glenn will be speaking at the conference. So I'm very excited. I'll be also talking about Google Analytics 4 at the conference. Some people may not be able to go to the Modern Retailing Conference, or they wait too long and it's sold out. Either way, in January, I'll be doing a workshop on preparing your dealership for GA4. By then, the specification will be out. By then, all the reports and templates and dashboards will be out. And by then, we'll have an amazing story to tell to allow dealers to quickly leverage the power of GA4. And well, there's a lot of great people, smart people behind that whole project. Colleen Harris has been doing some amazing work over at Synchro. As I mentioned, there's just, well, there's so many great people on the council that are pouring their hearts and minds into thinking about all the different needs in the dealer community. So that's coming up. One last thing, to keep in mind, as we approach the fall season and end of year time, want to encourage you that this is an amazing time to get your data measurements, analytics, and reporting cleaned up, so you really can know what's working or what's not working. And as I mentioned, some of the companies in the council are ready this month to start throwing events, which means that we'll have an amazing opportunity to, well, clean up measurement, understand what's working, what's not working. And as we get ready for the fall and maybe better inventory allocations and more of a normal sales flow next year, I just want to encourage everyone. If you're not sure if your marketing's working, it first comes down to measurement, getting your measurement set. So whatever companies you're using, website companies, chat companies, telephony companies, couponing, specials, make sure now that they're on the council. Make sure that they're planning on throwing events to support the standard. Here's the reason why. Whether you call me up and ask for help on knowing whether your marketing's working, or you use a great person like George Nenny or anyone else who's out there trying to help dealers, do yourself a favor. Call all your vendors and say, are you on the Automotive Standards Council for GA4? Are you planning on supporting the specification? When will you be sending the events into GA4? That's what you need to ask. Because I do have dealer groups that are telling their vendors if they don't support the specification, they're going to go to somebody who will. So just be ready. As we get ready for the fall, maybe a more normal year, do you have the data in place to really inspect what's working, what's not working, and how to improve? I think we're so focused on leads. How about, where are your website page is broken or your sales process broken? I just looked at a dealer's website the other day. They just installed a digital retailing tool. Once I got in the tool, I couldn't get out. No one tested this tool. And I'm like, hey, once you start this, I can't get out. And they're like, oh, yeah, that's bad. How many dealer websites are broken and you have no idea where consumers are dropping out? That's why this specification is so beautiful. So as we get ready for the fall, if you really want an independent way to see if your marketing's working, your website's working, this specification will help. And then get somebody who can help you understand the data. Now, platforms like VistaDash will support the specification, and they specialize in making it easy for managers to know what's working, what's not working, know their cost per acquisition, cost per sales opportunity. Just do yourself a favor. We have an opportunity in 2023 to do something different that we didn't do before. That is clean up our analytics, standardize our analytics, have great reporting, work with your website companies, your agencies. Many of these companies are all going to support the specification. And if they're not a member of the council, get them on the council, because you owe it to yourself to simplify your return on ad spend, to measure more accurately. And I know Ivan Fila is going to be helping dealers in Italy. Paul De Vries is going to be helping dealers in Benelux. And we're looking for other leaders in other countries to take the automotive standard specification for GA4 and move it into their countries. It's going to be an exciting year, 2023. So finish up the summer here in Florida. Kids are going back to school next week. I want to look forward to seeing everyone in November in Palm Beach, Florida at the Modern Retailing Conference. Glenn put the link in the comments. It's modernretailingconference.com. Take a look at the schedule. This is unique because Paul Daly has designed a whole track for creative professionals working on graphics and videos and brand promise and brand marketing. We have a whole creative track. We have an HR track. Well, we have a marketing and analytics track. I mean, there's a sales process track. I mean, we've really expanded the Modern Retailing Conference to cover all the things that dealers need. I hope you will be there and join me. Anyone can attend, just purchase a ticket. It's unlike the spring conference where only sponsors can go. If you're an agency, an OEM leader, a technology company, remember, anybody can go, but please get your tickets and use the room block. It will sell out. And I heard that rooms outside the room block can be as twice as much if you want to stay at the beautiful O Resort on Palm Beach Island. So thanks, everyone. Have a wonderful weekend. Just wanted to jump on and share how excited I am as I look forward to the fall and all the work that's going on right now in the automotive industry to improve marketing, measurement, customer experience. It's all happening because people have decided to work together to change the future. And that really gets me excited. And I feel blessed that I can organize that. It's like herding cats at times, but we are making tremendous progress. Thanks everyone for joining the live stream. Thank you if you're joining later. Please put in your comments, and if you have any questions on about the council or upcoming conferences, all you need to do is shoot me an email, brian@brianpash.com. Very simple. Everyone have a great weekend. Ivan, buongiorno, buonasera, buona serata. Have a great weekend, everyone, and do something intentionally nice for someone today. And remember, be grateful for all that you have. Take care.